What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for the super quick video, and today we'll be talking about one of the most intriguing topics in recent years, acceleration. In this one here, I'm going to clear some speculations, like we'll answer questions like, does it really affect off-ball movement now? Because there are some rumors lurking around that since fast feet badge, which is a defensive badge, is tied up to your acceleration, some players think that maybe acceleration is tied up to your lateral movements now. I'm going to clear those speculations, and of course at the end, I'll show you how it works. And how much is the difference? And let's see what's the best value or if there's any sweet spot. And by the way, I made some good stuff recently already, so it would be really awesome if you guys can check it out on the channel. So now let's get right into it. So now for the first part, let's clear some speculations first. I'm going to show you what stuff acceleration doesn't affect. First one, it doesn't touch your sprint without the ball. And here you can see, every step of the way, the animations and distance covered are just the same. Next one, it doesn't touch your lateral movements. Same thing here, every step of the way, animations and distance covered are just the same. I know it's tied up to your fast feet badge, but it doesn't necessarily mean that acceleration now will actually boost that part. You can even see here that speed is tied up to your hyperdrive badge, which we all know are not connected to each other. It is just 2K's way to make it more realistic and to put more restrictions, so don't take those tie-ups too seriously. Now for the next one, now that we know what stuff it doesn't do, now then what it actually does. Basically, it will just make your first steps within around a couple of dribbles much faster. Or you can even say that it makes your speed boosting much quicker. And here you can see, from here to here, that's going to be your acceleration. Then after that, speed with ball will take care of the rest. Now for the next one, is there any sweet spot? And here you can notice, there's a huge gap between minimum and midpoint ratings. And from midpoint to max, it starts to drop. And in here, I timed each clips to give you a chart perspective. Now the question is, which part from 25 to 99, the boost starts to drop? We need more entries to be more specific. Let's find out after these messages. So before we go to the next part, just want to invite you guys to like the video if liking so far. And if you're new here, I'm Choots and I do lots of detailed badge and stat testings. First week, I'm going to do stuff like, speed with ball, strength, acceleration, vert, and all the stuff you need to know on the first week before you finalize your build. And I'm doing this thing full time, so expect a lot of videos coming your way. Trust me, subscribing to this channel will be one of your best investment this year. So now going back, I decided to make another test, so I put 44 and 80. I know the proportions are not exactly equal, but that's just 1 point off, so it doesn't really matter much. And here you can see it's starting to make more sense now. How 2K designed acceleration boost. From 25 to 44, that's the biggest jump. But the thing about it though is if a player has 44 accel, he can't utilize it that much anyway, so it's still fair. Then from 44 to 62, it's starting to drop for a bit. And from 62 to 99, it looks linear. So now I might ask, Choots, what about this spot here? This is the most important part. Don't worry, I got you covered. So I made another batch of tests, included the middle point. And in here you can see it is linear, so meaning from 80 to 99, the boost is linear. There's no saturation point. And now you might ask again, what about the 2-point differences? Will it show? Technically, yes, you will have a boost. I mean, it's linear, meaning the boost will be equally spread. I'm afraid though that you can't really use eye test to feel that one. In here, that's 80 to 99, that's 19-point gap. So if you want to see a 2-point difference, then you divide that to 10 so you can have an idea. I know it'll be super small, but on a dribbling perspective, that small gap there really matters, especially if you're a dribble head. So now for the recommendation, I know it's always based on your type of build and playstyle, but here's my rough recommendation. Even in previous years, if you're a guard that ISOs, I always recommend to just max it. You'll be doing a lot of dribbling and speed boosting all the time, so might as well invest on something that you will really utilize. You don't want to exchange those points into something like, driving layups or steals that you're not going to use as much as Axel. For big man builds though, I don't think it's that important, unless you will be slashing, but if you're a legit big man, for the most part, you'll be backing down on the rim anyway. I think the tricky part here is if you're a lock and your height is around, 6'7" to 6'9", in that case, try to play around with it and just unlock what badges you want to unlock. I don't see a point to max it. But again, it's still all personal preference. That's just my rough recommendation. So that's all for the video. Please leave